Speaking of Mortal Kombat, you were talking about Mortal Kombat earlier, right?
Oh, yeah, it is the new one coming out this year. They just came out with some new
photos,
right? Some new
cool.
photos.
That's right.
They came out with a little bit of a synopsis for the movie.
When is it taking place in the series?
I think it's
before the first tournament, right?
I think it's the first movie. I think.
So they're like kind of starting over.
I think
it's
Jax,
a remake. I think.
If you look at the picture, Jax has his arm's missing already.
He's got the metal arms.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's
you mean Steve Harvey? It looks like Steve Harvey.
It does look like Steve Harvey.
If Steve Harvey was a fucking Jax, I'd be like, yo, I don't even want to look at that.
He looks like him though. If you look at the pictures, you look at the pictures of him when he's fighting. He looks like Steve Harvey.
Oh my god,
but
that's terrible.
I think that takes place in Mortal Kombat 3, between 2 and 3.
Well, that happens in 2, but
right.
I mean, I don't know.
So
the movie's probably just going to be a mishmash.
You know what I don't understand is what I heard is there's a fighter guy, right? He's like this main character.
Yeah, he's the main guy. He's
like
character.
But he kind of reminds me of Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Is he Johnny Cage? But he's a different name though.
It's a different name. I don't know. Maybe he's
I hope they don't
Johnny
screw it
Cage.
up though. They can't not have Johnny Cage in there. Screw it up like that.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's misinformation, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. Maybe they just made a new character.
Liu Kang and Kung Lao look cool.
Yeah, they look good. Sub-Zero looks pretty decent. You know,
man, as long as Johnny Cage got a split ball punch, I'm all good with that.
Well, if he's in it, I mean, Sonya's in it. I mean, she's just
Sonya's probably
regular. Just regular military outfits.
They kind of shit on Johnny Cage with all this stuff, man.
I don't know. I like Johnny Cage. That was one of my favorites. Yeah. Johnny Cage and Scorpion was my favorite too. In Mortal Kombat. But I mean, they're saying there's going to be some classic fatalities in it. And it's
real fatalities.
It's going to be a hard R.
Rated R, hard R.
So
it's good.
Blood
Should
and gore.
be. It's Mortal Kombat, man.
Which means they're going to kill off characters.
Maybe, or they're going to at least kill off maybe some nonsense characters.
Nobody dies in Mortal Kombat.
Fight some guys.
If you watch the games, nobody dies in Mortal Kombat. They all come back somehow.
Well, they could always
go back in the past and pull them back up again, or something like that.
When it comes to fatalities, I mean, if they go by the games, well, Scorpion could do something to Sub-Zero, and then that creates Noob Saibot. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So you could kill a main character off, but he comes back.
Well, we're gonna get Cyrax and all them shits.
I hope. Nah, you know what? They don't put all of them too. Listen, I think they shouldn't put all the characters in one movie. I think they should make a really good first movie, throw in a couple of main characters, like Jax, like Liu Kang and everything like that, and then the other movies they should start making intros to other characters that come in.
Well, I think the whole test would be, like you said, if it's going to have the fatalities, it's going to be a real hard rated R, and it does well, then it'll push them to go further.
You know what it is, though? They could always have fatalities, but not against the main characters.
Oh, I know. It could be like
that's probably what's going to happen.
Character meets up with someone in the jungle and they're fighting. Yeah. It's just some nothing, whatever. And then they do but that's okay for me. But if you're going to kill it, although maybe killing off a character, would be kind of cool, depending on which ones, because some of the characters' deaths and stuff leads into certain things. So I don't know. They gotta do.
I really hope, and they said they're gonna have some classic fatalities too, from the actual game. So
it better be. What was it? Sub-Zero is my favorite one from the old one. Grab the head, just pull the spine and head right out of the body. Oh man, I love that.
Yes, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know what they're doing with Kano, because the way that they describe it in the synopsis and everything, it sounds like he's a good guy in a way. But I don't know what.
Unless he's going to be a good guy in the beginning and he's going to
maybe he turns on them or something. I mean, I don't know. But
he didn't even have
it out.
The picture didn't even show.
That would be cool.
The picture didn't even show his metal eye.
Yeah, no,
it was only like a scar. I was like, I don't know. I hope they don't mess it up, but.
I'm never too enthused when it comes to movies like that,
especially a video game adaptation. I reserve judgment until we get to see it.
At least it's a hard rated R.
Yeah, at least we'll get that. What? At least we can go see it. Tony can't go see it. He might squirm a little.
Oh my god, heads be rolling. Not anymore these days.
Not anymore.
Got to bring out more than Chung-Li's.
He's changed. But yeah, there was that. And then, of course, one of your all-time favorite characters has got a little trailer coming out tomorrow.
Yes. I love Godzilla. I've watched all, I wouldn't say all, but I've seen a ton of the Godzilla movies, so the bad ones too. But, so yes, I don't know, what was it called? Kong or Godzilla vs. Kong?
I think it's Kong versus Godzilla.
I think it's that way. I'm not sure. But either way, tomorrow.
Godzilla and Kong.
What's today? Today's the 23rd, right? So tomorrow, the 24th, you can go check out the trailer. If you, by the time you're watching this, trailer been out a while probably, but we're looking forward to it. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and they kind of goof like, hold on, the guy that climbed the Empire State Building now just like towers completely over the city and could step on it.
That was a different breed of Kong.
It was a different breed. That's right.
They had to jack him up because Godzilla was so big. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
He had to be.
He had a lot. He had a lot of bananas in the forest.
I have to say the newer version of Godzilla I did like.
Oh yeah, that was good with Samuel L. Jackson. That one.
That was King Kong.
Oh wait, you said Godzilla.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant King Kong.
But that was good too.
Yeah.
So that was good too.
Yeah.
But I did like the way the new Godzilla looked. I liked the way they did the movie, and you kind of had this feel that like Godzilla's here for you. Even though it's just nature, but it gave that feel, which was kind of cool. Which now makes me wonder because Kong wasn't really so bad in the movie Skull Island. It was Samuel L. Jackson that was getting him pissed the hell off. And look, you could see the animosity between the two characters there, but like the way he handled the woman in the movie, and he wasn't really looking to kill, and he fought like that. He was only defending himself for the most part. So now, would they go into Skull Island? They trank him with I don't know how many freaking things to bring him back. I don't know how this is going to work, but
yeah, I'm curious to see how they end up.
And he's so freaking big, and so they're going to be able to duke it out and crap. It's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be. It has the potential to be pretty cool.
You gotta look at it for what it is. You know what I mean? You can't really expect like.
Have you ever watched like one of the old Godzilla vs. Kong movies? It's fucking terrible.
It's hilarious.
It's the worst shit. And he's like running around in like rubber hands and rubber shoe and like throws a boulder. It was so terrible. So terrible.
I'm sure there's people out there that love that shit though.
Oh my God. I remember watching, I think it starts with like them fighting like he's fighting like some sort of like octopus thing, and then eventually they fight. It's a really terrible movie. But it's classic as a kid.
But, why is the trailer coming out on Sunday? It's so weird, isn't it?
It's a weird thing.
I don't know why it was Sunday. I mean,
know.
I guess it doesn't really matter what day, but
Sunday I could see if it was like the Super Bowl, but it's not the Super Bowl.
No, man.
Do they have a specific time?
I don't know why. I haven't
they
seen
say the trailer's going to hit?
I have no idea. I'm sure it'll be out by noon. Be earlier than that, probably. So that's something I have to remind myself tomorrow. I'll keep my computer up while I'm doing my things, and I'm going to watch that. I mean, if you're amping it up, they're going to tell us tomorrow. I mean, hopefully it's... I don't think it's going to be a flop. I enjoyed both the Godzilla movies. King of Monsters in this. I enjoyed Kong, Skull Island. So I think this will be cool. I just don't... Once again, I don't know how to think with like Kong. First off, for me, it's a tough one. Love both the characters, so why are they fighting each other? Like, what brought him over here? Why is he off the island and in the city? Like, and they show that scene where he's going towards them. And then if you look at the poster, too, it's two colors. So if you go by that, like if you saw the thing that we were looking at, it mentions the one for each of their movies.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Well, you never know. Maybe the way they start fighting is with the way the last King of the Monsters ended, where it was basically about who was the alpha. So Godzilla had to beat King Ghidorah to get all the other monsters under control. So he asserted himself as the alpha. So maybe now he sees Kong as like another one that he's got to tame, I guess.
I would maybe agree with that, but why is he in the city? That's why I don't think it's so much.
It's probably going to be similar to that, where they find some way of dragging him over here.
Either
I think I seen something online where they did like a close up. They did like stills of like one of the TV spots, and they did a close up of it. And it looked like he had a collar around his neck, Kong. So they may have trapped him somehow and, like, forcibly brought him.
What kind of collar did they make?
I don't know. Something
You
big.
see how big he is? That collar is bigger than this damn house.
I know.
How many men did it take to put that collar around this monkey's neck? Are you kidding me?
If he was knocked out, they could take all day, Who knows?
Knocked out? What the hell they put him on? Some super morphine?
Probably, yeah.
Jesus. Maybe that's why he's pissed the hell off. Woke up, his fucking eyes are kind.
Probably.
I'd be pissed.
I don't know. I think it would be funny. It's going to be a weird one to watch. But the problem for me is I don't know who I want to win. I like both characters. So
now,
I think it's going to end up being, I think it's going to be they're going to fight and then something else is going to pop up and they're going to
That's what I'm hoping.
Up,
and they team up and they kind of like,
They're not going to have one totally destroy the other.
I hope not.
They're going to fight and then something's going to pop up. Maybe mechanized King Ghidorah, will pop up or something like that, because remember that guy still had one of the heads at the end of the last movie there, the last, I think it was the end credit scene, I think it was, where they found one of the heads. Somebody had it, so maybe they put it on I think there was a mechanized one back in the day in the old movies.
I know they had, I think so, and there's also a Mecha Godzilla as well.
Or that could be that too, yeah.
It'd be really kind of cool if they teamed up and then just has like a powwow to each other, like, all right, respect. And like he goes back to his island, whatever.
He goes back to his island. Godzilla goes back into the water.
Craziness.
Until next time.
Until next time.